Everybody Loves Raymond is a hilarious treasure created by the brilliant genius of Phil Rosenthal, possessed by an ensemble cast that glittered like a diamond in a sitcom sea. The comedy dream combo of Ray Romano, Patricia Heaton, Garrett, Doris Roberts, and Peter Boyle brought to life the charming turmoil of the Barone family. This sitcom, set in suburban Long Island, was more than just Ray Barone's sports journalism adventures. It was a roller coaster of comedy, authenticity, and relatability. Let us enter the world of sitcom magic, where laughing was the perfect family recipe. Early life. Romano was born in the bustling borough of Queens, New York City, to Luciana Lucy and Albert Romano. Lucy, a piano teacher, and Albert, a real estate agent and engineer, were overjoyed to receive their second child. They had no idea that this youngster would grow up to become a household name, giving laughter to millions. Romano, who is of Italian descent, was immersed in his heritage's rich cultural tapestry. Growing up in Queens's Forest Hills neighborhood, he was surrounded by the sights and sounds of a thriving community. He wasn't alone on his voyage. Richard, his older brother, was a sergeant with the NYPD, embodying a spirit of responsibility and dedication. Robert, a younger brother, pursued a career in education, becoming a second-grade teacher in the heart of New York City. Romano's education began at Our Lady Queen of Martyrs in Forest Hills, where he attended elementary and middle school. The laughter and camaraderie of eager young minds filled the corridors of this school. Romano transferred from Archbishop Malloy High School to Hillcrest High School, where he would take the initial steps toward his destiny. Romano graduated from Hillcrest High School in 1975, a place where ambitions began to take shape. As luck would have it, he shared this achievement with another rising star, Fran Drescher. Little did the high school classmates realize that their paths would meet again in the entertainment industry. Romano's path took a brief diversion to Queens College in Flushing, New York, before reaching the glitz and glamour of show business. He studied accounting and dived into the world of numbers here. As Romano traversed the complexity of this profession, the academic halls resonated with the scribbling of pencils and the rustle of papers. But fate had other intentions, and the stage would soon call his name. Romano's roots in Queens remained strong even after he left Hollywood. He had a special place in his heart for the streets where he played as a boy, the classes where he learned the ropes, and the neighborhoods that influenced his worldview. In his triumph, he always remembered the individuals and places who helped him along the way. Career in comedy. Ray Romano got his start in comedy in 1989, when he competed in the Johnny Walker Comedy Search. Saturday Night Live short film producer Neil Marshad directed this competition, which served as a stepping stone for Romano's comedic journey. The Comedy Channel noticed his early comedic endeavors, igniting his career. One of Romano's early destinations was Comedy Central, where he was a recurring guest voice on the sitcom Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist. Through the unique format of animated therapy sessions, he was able to display his comedic abilities and connect with audiences. Romano's quest for humor took him to the renowned stage of Star Search in the area of stand-up comedy. Though his early television ventures had ups and downs, they established the framework for what would become a tremendous career. Romano was cast to play Joe on the American television sitcom News Radio, but he was dismissed and replaced with Joe Rogan. However, setbacks sometimes serve as stepping stones, and Romano's path took an unexpected turn when he performed his stand-up routine on The Late Show with David Letterman. This appearance cemented vital relationships with CBS, laying the groundwork for one of his most major career accomplishments. Romano landed his own CBS show, Everybody Loves Raymond. This sitcom's cast and format were adapted to Romano's brand of humor, resulting in a character that resonated with audiences across the country. His performance on the show earned him 6 Primetime Emmy nominations for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series, including a memorable win in 2002. In 1998, Romano delivered the opening monologue to a distinguished audience at the White House Correspondents' Association dinner. This event demonstrated his versatility as a comic and cemented his place in the entertainment industry. Romano co-starred in the salesman comedy Grilled with comedian pal Kevin James. The film depicted two typical Joes in the same field, both yearning for a big sale and offered a comic view of life's obstacles. Romano's abilities expanded beyond sitcoms and stand-up comedy. In the year 2000, he appeared on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where he won $125,000 for the NYPD's DARE unit. Romano and one of his brothers were included in a New York Police Department recruiting ad the next year, demonstrating their commitment to law enforcement. Romano's personal life was also documented in the documentary film 95 Miles to Go. The video followed him on a road journey across the southern United States, revealing the man behind the laughs. This documentary, which was released in theaters on April 7, 2010, gave fans a closer look at Romano's personal and professional experience. Romano proceeded to make prominent appearances on famous shows, including the 7th season of NBC's The Office, as Merv Bronte, a frightened job applicant vying for Michael Scott's vacant position. In the 3rd season premiere of the ABC sitcom The Middle, Romano played Nicky, Mike's pal, whose actions had unanticipated effects on Mike and Frankie's honeymoon. This marked a reunion with Patricia Heaton, who was also a cast member on Everybody Loves Raymond. Romano also voiced the woolly mammoth Manny in the film Ice Age, and he continued to lend his voice to its sequels: Ice Age, The Meltdown, Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Ice Age, Continental Drift, and Ice Age Collision Course. Romano demonstrated his versatility in 2019 by starring in the Netflix comedy picture Paddleton and portraying mob lawyer Bill Bufalino in Martin Scorsese's The Irishman. His ability to play humorous and serious roles demonstrated the breadth of his talent. Everybody Loves Raymond. Everybody Loves Raymond is a popular and adored American sitcom that captivated audiences for 9 seasons, from 1996 to 2005. The series stands as a comedic masterpiece, offering an authentic and often uproarious portrayal of the Barone family's life. Crafted by the creative genius Phil Rosenthal and brought to life by an outstanding ensemble cast that includes Ray Romano, Patricia Heaton, Brad Garrett, Doris Roberts, and Peter Boyle. The show, set in the heart of suburban Long Island, revolves around the protagonist, Ray Barone, a sports writer, and his family, deftly unraveling their daily lives' funny and relatable complexities. The genius of Everybody Loves Raymond rests in its wit and ability to navigate the universal themes of family life. Ray Romano's portrayal of Ray Barone, the show's title character, is a tribute to the show's success. Ray, the affable but imperfect dad, acted as the series' anchor, providing viewers with a glimpse into the chaos and charm of a typical American family. Romano's humorous timing and real portrayal allowed viewers to identify with the character on a personal level, leaving an impression that lasted beyond the screen. The wonderful Patricia Heaton enhanced the show's ensemble charm as Ray's wife, Deborah, Brad Garrett as Ray's brother, Robert, Doris Roberts as Ray's meddling yet beloved mother, Marie, and Peter Boyle as Ray's gruff but lovable father, Frank. The cast members' chemistry was palpable, raising the sitcom to a level of sincerity that connected with audiences of all ages. The writing of Everybody Loves Raymond was crucial to its success. Phil Rosenthal and his team brilliantly wrote scripts that struck a mix of levity and emotion, exploring the problems and joys of family life with wit and insight. The show was not hesitant to examine the messy and complicated sides of relationships, presenting them in a true and accessible manner to a wide audience. Ray's co-star, Ray Romano, frequently praises Peter Boyle's extraordinary acting abilities, emphasizing how different he was from the characters he played. The show's curmudgeonly old guy, Frank Barone, was known for his harsh demeanor, cantankerous temperament, and frequent anger. In real life, however, Peter Boyle was the polar opposite. He wasn't simply unusual, he stood out. Peter Boyle's friendly and compassionate attitude was far from Frank Barone's on-screen image. Despite the difficulties of portraying such a character, Boyle delivered an outstanding performance. Off-screen, colleagues in the entertainment industry praised him for his approachability and friendliness. In contrast to Frank Barone's angry image, Peter Boyle was recognized for his warmth and kindness. His co-workers have remarked on his compassion and genuine concern for others. It's a tribute to Boyle's acting ability that he could play a character so different from himself. While Frank Barone was known for his on-screen humor, Peter Boyle's real-life humor was more subtle and understated. He had a quick wit and a profound love of traditional comedy, identifying legendary comedians such as Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin as influences. His off-screen humor was significantly less aggressive than Frank's on-screen character. Peter Boyle's flexibility as an actor was obvious throughout his varied and lengthy career. He showed his ability to play a variety of characters, from comic to dramatic. Boyle's flexibility revealed that he was more than the character he played on Everybody Loves Raymond. His skills stretched beyond the bounds of a sitcom to the stage and the big screen. Aside from his acting abilities, Peter Boyle was well known for his strong political opinions and activity. He used his platform to campaign for a variety of social and political causes, such as civil rights and environmental preservation. This commitment to important problems contrasted sharply with the apolitical attitude of his character, Frank Barone. Boyle's career began in the theater, where he received critical acclaim for his stage performances. In comparison to the more straightforward and traditional persona of Frank Barone, this stage background gave him a wealth of experience and a unique viewpoint on acting. Boyle refined his technique in the theater, contributing to the richness of his performances across other genres. Romano's hate for the title of his show. Ray Romano, the man behind the laughs on Everybody Loves Raymond, despised the show's title. Considering the title's iconic significance, it may seem unexpected, but Romano's original apprehension was for specific reasons. Ray Romano is recognized for his modesty and self-deprecation. He has a talent for downplaying his accomplishments while emphasizing his comedy's approachable, everyday parts. In this perspective, Romano's title, Everybody Loves Raymond, may have seemed a little too self-congratulatory. The notion that everyone enjoyed his role on the show contrasted with his usually humble approach to comedy. Another aspect that contributed to Romano's misgivings was the possibility of misguided expectations. The title could have led viewers to expect a widely adored and possibly faultless Raymond Barone. The show's attractiveness, however, lay in its portrayal of Raymond as an imperfect, frequently bumbling, and occasionally aggravating figure. Romano was concerned that the title would create a disconnect between audience expectations and the series' nuanced, imperfect familial dynamics. Ray Romano's off-screen personality is one of humility. In contrast to his personal principles and demeanor, he maintains a down-to-earth approach to his job and stardom, and the title, Everybody Loves Raymond, may have appeared unduly pompous. Romano was concerned that the title would misrepresent both his humility and the genuine, accessible tone of the show. Regardless of his reservations, Ray Romano is a professional, and he recognized the influence the title had on the show's branding and popularity. Over time, he came to accept the moniker and its link with the cherished series, which lasted an astonishing 9 seasons. In his modesty, Romano acknowledged the show's success and how the title had become a vital part of his career. Auditions. Patricia Heaton, who played Ray's wife, Deborah Barone, was an obvious choice for the part. Deborah, a stressed-out mother of 3, suffered the same day-to-day issues as Heaton did. Heaton had no trouble auditioning for the part, effortlessly bringing the character to life. Her ability to capture the essence of a modern parent negotiating family upheaval tremendously aided the show's relatable and hilarious dynamic. Doris Roberts, who was chosen to play Ray's mother, Ray Barone, outperformed over 100 other candidates due to her extensive theater experience. Roberts brought a wealth of acting experience to the role, making her an easy choice. Her portrayal of Marie, the well-intentioned but domineering mother, added depth and laughter to the family dynamics. Marie became an unforgettable member of the Barone household, thanks to Roberts' ability to infuse humor into her character's quirks. When it came to casting Ray's brother, Robert Barone, Brad Garrett stepped up to the plate. Like Ray Romano, Garrett came from a stand-up comedy background, giving him a foundation in common with the show's star. Garrett's portrayal of Robert's character, the towering and often awkward sibling, provided a particular flavor to the dynamics of the Barone family. Robert's comedic timing and delivery made him a likable and essential member of the ensemble. Casting Ray's father, Frank Barone, was a one-of-a-kind experience. Peter Boyle, who played the surly, scary curmudgeon, was cast without even going through an audition. Boyle was the ideal candidate because of his history in theater and film and his innate skill. Boyle stepped in character owing to his annoyance over being denied admission to the parking lot. Ray Romano and show creator Phil Rosenthal were both impressed with Boyle's genuine, spontaneous response, cementing his place as the famous Frank Barone. "When I walked in, Ray and Phil were there and I was enraged," Boyle said of the memorable moment. "I was definitely in character. I was yelling and sweating." This spontaneous outpouring of emotion demonstrated Boyle's dedication to his art and set the tone for his portrayal of the cantankerous yet charming Frank. Everybody Loves Raymond casting was a thorough selection of individuals who not only fit the roles, but also brought their own experiences and talents to the table. The ensemble members' camaraderie was palpable, creating a familial feel that translated flawlessly to the screen. The connection between the characters and real-life events is what distinguishes the ensemble cast. Many of the characters' quirks were inspired by Ray Romano and show creator Phil Rosenthal's personal life. This infusion of truth into the imaginary world added to the show's realism and struck a chord with people all around the world. In today's subscriber pick, we will delve into a critical period in the history of Everybody Loves Raymond. Brad Garrett, a crucial cast member, took a risk by staging a work walkout. At the time, the cast, which included Garrett, was paid a hefty $160,000 for each episode. While this was a sizable sum, it paled compared to Ray Romano, the lead actor, commanding a whopping $1.8 million for each episode. The striking compensation difference between cast members was the impetus for the walkout. Garrett and his fellow cast members sought a fair share of the show's financial success in an industry where compensation often mirrored hierarchy. Their demands focused on inclusion in syndication payments, a critical factor that would considerably impact their long-term revenues. This standoff lasted 2 weeks, creating a tense environment behind the scenes of the popular show. However, the resolution was a watershed moment. The negotiations resulted in a historic agreement. All cast members, including Garrett, would now share in syndication revenues, amounting to a windfall of almost $20 million for each actor. This was a victory for the cast, as before the walkout, only Ray Romano stood to earn from the syndication residuals after years of speculation. Ray Romano reveals the truth about his most hated co-star and how it impacted the show and its cast. Despite the compensation disparity that could have resulted in the work stoppage, he has stated that he has no ill will towards Brad Garrett. And Brad said that the successful negotiation not only corrected the financial discrepancy, but also strengthened the cast members' sense of unity. A good advice. Ray Romano's path from stand-up comedian to sitcom star was challenging. In an honest interview after many years, Ray Romano reveals the truth about his most hated co-star and the other difficulties he overcame during his career. He told the public about the challenges he had faced while filming Everybody Loves Raymond. Romano was struggling with anxieties about his acting ability after being fired from the NBC comedy news radio. In retrospect, Romano admits, "I was racked with insecurity." The skepticism about his acting abilities persisted, making the leap into the sitcom sphere all the more difficult. His predicament was exacerbated by the fact that he had recently been sacked from his prior comedic enterprise. The appearance of Peter Boyle, a seasoned actor with an extensive resume that includes legendary roles in films like Young Frankenstein and Taxi Driver, added to the sense of unease. Boyle's notoriety and towering size made Romano nervous. "When we were rehearsing our first episode, there's Peter Boyle, and I hadn't really talked to him that much. His reputation just scared me," Romano recalled. "You knew who he was, this big, powerful presence." Despite his reservations, Romano's recall revealed a happy incident that altered the course of his journey. As their paths crossed backstage on the first day of practice, Peter Boyle took the initiative to offer words of support to the struggling comedian. Romano quoted Boyle as saying, "It's just like water, just let it flow." Boyle provided a hand of support in that simple yet important moment, providing Romano with the reassurance he required. Romano was astounded by the seasoned actor's warmth and generosity during the show's essential early days. Peter Boyle, an entertainment industry veteran, provided advice that went beyond the technical skills of acting. "It's just like water, just let it flow," he said, encapsulating the spirit of acting with natural comfort and honesty. This invaluable knowledge, combined with Boyle's genuine desire to help Romano feel at ease, was critical to the comedian's eventual success in the comedy industry, inspiration for the show. Phil Rosenthal recognized Ray Romano's stand-up comedy performances as a hilarious treasure. What made Romano's sense of humor so unique? His own familial experiences inspired it. Romano's stand-up comedy emphasized the ordinary oddities and humor inherent in family dynamics. These weren't made-up scenarios. They were true stories from Romano's life. With his sharp eye for potential, Rosenthal saw an opportunity to turn these real-life, amusing incidents into something extraordinary, a profitable TV show. The sincerity of Romano's narration was the source of the charm. The circumstances were familiar because they weren't invented in a writer's room. They were actual experiences of finding a new life on the tiny screen. As the writing progressed, the characters of Everybody Loves Raymond began to take shape, each a reflection of someone in Romano's own family. The goal was to highlight the quirks, problems, and most significantly, the comedy embedded in a typical family's daily existence. Ray Romano, the eponymous character, played a version of himself, balancing the challenges of family life with his distinct sense of humor. The characters around him, from his wife, Deborah, to his parents, were all inspired by real individuals, bringing an extra degree of reality to the plot. The brilliance of Everybody Loves Raymond resides in its ability to discover humor in the banal, everyday moments that sometimes go undetected. The show expertly highlighted the peculiarities that make family life both hectic and lovable. From little arguments to odd habits, each ingredient contributed to a tapestry of sympathetic and entertaining family dynamics. Robert Barone. The actor, who played Raymond's older brother, Robert Barone, was 6 feet 8 inches tall, making him an outstanding presence on the show. Brad Garrett's enormous stature became a comedy advantage, and the show's creators cleverly incorporated it into Robert Barone's character. Robert's imposing stature produces a visual contrast among the family members in several scenes, leading to moments of both physical and situational humor. The extreme height disparity became one of Robert's defining qualities, laying the backdrop for a variety of comic events. Physical comedy generated from Garrett's height was a brilliant move in boosting the show's comedic dynamics. Robert Barone's interactions with his shorter family members, particularly Ray Romano's character Ray, were humorous. The exaggerated height disparity allowed for innovative and amusing shot framing, emphasizing Robert's uniqueness within the familial unit. Robert's towering stature frequently resulted in amusingly awkward scenes, contributing to the show's trademark humor. Robert's height gave abundant opportunity for physical humor when traversing doorways, sitting at the family dining table, or engaging in everyday activities. Robert became a beloved and memorable character due to the purposeful exaggeration of his clumsiness. When creating Robert Barone, the idea to emphasize Brad Garrett's height was more than just for physical looks. It became a vital component of Robert's personality. The show's conscious decision to emphasize his tall stature allowed it to explore the comedy potential inherent in such a distinguishing physical characteristic. Robert's height became more than a visual oddity. It became a source of hilarious riches, long-lasting success. Everybody Loves Raymond became a television classic, providing joy and humor to millions of people. The decision to end the series after 9 seasons was deliberate, motivated by a consensus among the cast and creators. They understood the need to conclude on a high note, ensuring that the people and stories had been fully explored. The choice to say goodbye to the cherished Barone family was not taken lightly. Both the cast and the creators deliberated and agreed that it was time to call it quits on Everybody Loves Raymond. The creative team demonstrated this mutual understanding. Performers and everyone else engaged in the show's production with respect and camaraderie. As every devoted fan knows, Everybody Loves Raymond excelled in tackling the complexities of family life with wit and heart. The sitcom had dug deep into the life of the Barone family by the end of its 9-season run, unraveling layers of relatable moments, hilarious mayhem, and genuine emotions. The choice to end the series reflected a desire to present the characters and their tales at their best. The legacy of Everybody Loves Raymond is its endurance and consistent delivery of quality comedy. Each season had a unique mix of witty humor, charming personalities, and genuine family experiences. Throughout its lifetime, the show managed to maintain its comedic genius, generating a timeless collection of episodes that continue to resonate with audiences. Real brothers. The makers of Everybody Loves Raymond decided to include Ray Romano's real-life brother, Richard Romano, in an unusual and touching twist. Richard guest-starred in the show multiple times as Raymond's cousin. This decision not only gave authenticity to the on-screen family connections, but also presented the Romano brothers with a unique opportunity to collaborate in the realm of sitcom comedy. Ray and Richard's on-screen chemistry, inspired by their real-life fraternity, translated well. The two brothers' connection and shared history added an extra depth of realism to Raymond's interactions with his on-screen cousin, providing moments that resonated with both the performers and the audience. Real-life family members were included, in addition to the Romano brothers. The show's creator, Phil Rosenthal, added a personal touch to Everybody Loves Raymond by including his own mother, Helen Rosenthal, in a memorable guest appearance. Helen's on-screen appearance was in the episode The Wallpaper, which added a pleasant and familial touch to the show. The inclusion of Phil Rosenthal's mother in an episode demonstrated the show's commitment to including real-life ties into its storytelling. The inclusion of family members went above and beyond typical casting, creating an atmosphere of genuine warmth and familiarity on set. Guest appearance by Phil Rosenthal's mother. In the episode The Wallpaper, viewers are treated to the true presence of Phil Rosenthal's mother, Helen Rosenthal. Her appearance added a depth of authenticity to the family interactions, demonstrating the seamless melding of real-life connections and the imaginary world of the Barone family. The inclusion of Phil Rosenthal's mother was more than simply a gesture to familial ties. It was a testament to the show's commitment to creating an environment resembling real families' complexities. The incorporation of the real-life family added credibility to the uplifting and accessible ambiance that distinguished Everybody Loves Raymond. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes of Everybody Loves Raymond, planned lines were frequently used as a basis for the cast's improvised brilliance. While the show followed a well-written script, the performers, famed for their comedic prowess, frequently deviated from it to explore new paths of humor. Ray Romano, in particular, became well known for his ability to inject spontaneous wit into sequences and elevate the fun to surprising heights. These spontaneous moments, created by the cast's creative imaginations, added to the show's authentic and accessible charm. The actors' flexibility to deviate from the script allowed them to get into the complexities of their characters, resulting in authentic reactions and exchanges that connected with audiences. The improvised method became an essential component of the comedy alchemy, making Everybody Loves Raymond a standout sitcom. During the program's third season, one of the most intriguing instances of real-life melding with fiction occurred during Patricia Heaton's pregnancy. Rather than hiding her pregnancy, the writers made a daring and imaginative decision. They included it in the plot. Deborah Barone's pregnancy became a significant plot aspect, allowing the heroine to experience the ups and downs of being a mother. This choice demonstrated the show's commitment to realism and the seamless blending of real-life events into the fictitious world of the Barone family. Patricia Heaton's pregnancy journey became an endearing and relevant component of the show, expressing the essence of family life with wit and love. Each episode of Everybody Loves Raymond was the result of a lengthy and collaborative process that began with table readings. These sessions, in which the actors and crew met to read and debate the screenplay, were critical in shaping the show's dynamics. The table readings provided an opportunity for the performers to explore the script's complexities, contribute ideas, and fine-tune the humorous timing of each scene. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.